How is it that someone like Wayne Gretzky can have such a feel for the game of hockey that he doesn't skate to where the puck is, but where the puck is going to be?
Really allow us to create long-term, long-lasting, reoccurring revenue stream.
And we allow our producer to go through everything and then show up, throw up, and blow up.
It'll make you better decision makers, it'll make you more effective, and it also makes the noise go away from the first in command because now they know those things are happening.
If you're going to use reverse performance management, you got to shift what I'm going to label and then define. You got to move from a teacher to become a coach.
He wants to grow his company without more staff, and that's largely what our vision is to try to bring in new revenue without necessarily bringing in too many more people.
We talk about that now every week in our sales meetings and pick a different topic and say, what are the risks?
Yeah.
How do we address it? How do we prevent it? How do we mitigate it? How do we finance it? How do we transfer it? What are the questions you should ask around this? So
explode with personal lines growth and explode with commercial lines growth as well, because they just reinforced their value proposition for their commercial clients.
I want you to say, we're going to hire HubSpot, we're going to get a new website, we're going to have a social media strategy, and this is going to be great. And all of a sudden you get a month in and go, this is going to cost us $60,000.
To be able to go to the marketplace and say, here are all of the things that we assess, and we actually have certain programs that we can deliver, that creates a difference and a differentiation of value that they're going to want to do business with you.
That we're in a point of our career where we need to maximize every opportunity we can come across.
So BKI, what we have is all we do is make rain. We make them talk about us. And so that's what I call rainmaking.
There's a new policy change. Here's a new thing we need to pay attention to. A lot of that stuff we're doing right now is in email, right? Along with all the other messages that are in email.
There's this whole new way of working that's just catching fire. And I believe the talent that's out there, either it's out there or in your organization, is looking for this kind of a culture.
Need. And oftentimes we joked at our firm, hey, wouldn't it be really neat if we could work with this company? And throughout the past several years, we actually are working with those companies now.
I would like to be an investor in this group of companies if all of you spent 80% of your time doing what you do best.
And they're there with the process, but ultimately they're not owning it. And so the process gits in the way.
And when I say that, I don't mean like you fire people off your team, but if you see someone is like, you've got a great skill set, but you shouldn't be on the leadership team, you have to have an honest conversation with them.
Both strategy and risk development, so how do you do the strategy behind social media at an organizational level, as well as how do you successfully manage the risk?
That magic silver bullet, that thing that's going to allow them to go over the top. Ladies and gentlemen, there never has been, there never will be a magic silver bullet.
And because you're great at that and you want to spend time doing that, you've built a team around you of great leaders that are more tactical.
What is the cost of doing nothing? Well, that's the question. I tell you what Roger just set up took you through all the costs, but what's the cost of doing nothing?